Hey everyone, welcome back to Strange Mind 6. I'm your host, Ruby, and today we're going to be getting back into the largest and most complete collection, the ultimate 84-book Apocrypha. But before we begin, I do want to state that what I'm going to be doing is something new. I know that I usually put up one video one day and then another day I don't, and then the other day I do, and it's just one day off. I'm going to be trying to read more from the Apocrypha, and the days where I usually don't upload, I'm going to be uploading that video. So you're going to be hearing more of this book because there are 84 books and this book is ginormous. So I do want to go ahead and get your feedback. If you can leave it down in the comments. I just want to know if you guys are enjoying all the books, if you guys like one book in particular, or if you guys have a recommendation for one book. Definitely let me know, and I'll do my best to either find the book, and if I can't find it, then it's a possibility that I couldn't find the book, or that they just didn't have it, or I haven't gotten to it yet, because there are going to be other books after these ones. So I do hope that you're enjoying them. That's my biggest thing. I want to make sure that everyone's happy and everybody's enjoying these books and just enjoying the reading. But before we begin, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has, sorry about the notification, but I want to just give a big thank you to the community, for everybody who has subscribed and who keeps subscribing and keep liking my videos. It means the world to me. And I'm not going to talk anymore about anything else. I'm just going to read. So we're going to, where we last left off was chapter 21. And without further ado, my dear friends, grab a snack, grab a drink, or sit back and relax, and let's get to it. Chapter 21. And I proceeded to where things were chaotic, and I saw there was something horrible. I saw neither a heaven above nor a firmly founded earth, but a place chaotic and horrible. And there I saw 7 stars of the heaven, bound together in it, like great mountains and burning with fire. Then I said, for what sin are they bound? And on what account have they been cast into ether? Then said Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, and was chief over them, and said, Enoch, why dost thou ask? And why art thou eager for the truth? These are of the number of the stars of heaven, which have transgressed the commandments of the Lord, and are bound here till 10,000 years, the time entailed by their sins, are consummated. And from thence I went to another place, which was still more horrible than the former. And I saw a horrible thing, a great fire there, which burnt and blazed, and the place was cleft as far as the abyss being full of the great descending column of fire. Neither its extent or magnitude could I see, nor could I conjecture. Then I said, how fearful is the place, and how terrible to look upon. Then Uriel answered me, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, Enoch, why hast thou such fear and affright? And I answered, because of this fearful place, and because of the spectacle of the pain. And he said unto me, this place is the prison of the angels, and here they will be imprisoned forever. Chapter 22. And thence I went to another place, and he, mountain and of rock, and there was in it 4 hollow places, deep and wide and very smooth. How smooth are the hollow places, and deep and dark to look at. Then Raphael answered, one of the holy angels who was with me, and said unto me, these hollow places have been created for this very purpose, that the spirits of the souls of the dead should assemble therein. Yea, that all the souls of the children of men should assemble here. And these places have been made to receive them to the day of their judgment, until their appointed period, till the period appointed, till the great judgment comes upon them. I saw the spirit of a dead man making suit, and his voice went forth to heaven and made suit. And I asked Raphael, the angel who was with me, and I said unto him, this spirit which maketh suit, whose is it? Whose voice goeth forth and maketh suit to heaven? And he answered me, saying, this is the spirit which went forth from Abel, whom his brother Cain slew, and he maketh his suit against him till his seed is destroyed from the face of the earth, and his seed is annihilated from amongst the seed of men. When I asked regarding it, and regarding all of the hollow places, why is one separated from the other? And he answered me, and said unto me, these 3 have been made, that the spirits of the dead might be separated, and such a division has been made for the spirits of the righteous, in which there is the bright spring of water. And such has been made for sinners, then they die, and are buried in the earth, and judgment has not been executed on them in their lifetime. Here their spirits shall be set apart in this great pain till the great day of judgment and punishment and torment of those who curse forever, and retribution for their spirits. There he shall bind them forever. And such a division has been made for the spirits of those who make their suit, who make disclosures concerning their destruction, when they were slain in the days of the sinners, such as has been made for the spirits of men who were not righteous but sinners, who were complete in transgression. And of the transgressors they shall be companions, but their spirits shall not be slain in the day of judgment, nor shall they be raised from thence. The eye blessed the Lord of glory, and said, Blessed be my Lord of righteousness, who ruleth forever. Chapter 23. From thence I went to another place, to the west of the ends of the earth, and I saw a burning fire which ran without resting, and paused not from its course day or night, but ran regularly. And I asked, saying, What is this which rests not? Then Raguel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, answered me, and said, This course of fire which thou hast seen is the fire in the west, which persecutes all the luminaries of heaven. Chapter 24. And from thence I went to another place of the earth, and he showed me a mountain range of fire which burnt day and night, and I went beyond it, and saw 7 magnificent mountains, all different from each other, and the stones thereof were magnificent and beautiful, magnificent as a whole, of glorious appearance and fair exterior. 3 towards the east, 1 founded on the other, and 3 towards the south, 1 upon the other, and deep, rough ravines, no one of which joined with another. And the 7th mountain was in the midst of these, and it excelled them in height, resembling the seat of a throne, and fragrant trees encircled the throne, and amongst them was a tree such as I had never yet smelt, neither was any amongst them, nor were others like it. It had a fragrance beyond all fragrance, and its leaves and blooms and wood wither not forever, and its fruit is beautiful, and its fruit and resembles the dates of a palm. Then I said, How beautiful is this tree, and fragrant, and its leaves are fair, and its blooms very delightful in appearance. Then answered Michael, one of the holy angels and honored angels, who was with me, and was their leader. Chapter 25. And he said unto me, Enoch, why dost thou ask me regarding the fragrance of the tree? And why dost thou wish to learn the truth? Then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, The high mountain which thou hast seen, whose summit is like the throne of God, is his throne, where the Holy Great One, the Lord of glory, the eternal King, will sit, when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for the fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it, till the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all, and bring everything to its consummation forever. It shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruits shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Lord, the eternal King. Then shall they rejoice with joy and be glad, and into the holy place shall they enter, and its fragrance shall be in their bones, and they shall live a long life on earth, such as thy fathers lived, and in their days shall no sorrow or plague or torment or calamity touch them. Then blessed I, the God of glory, the eternal King, who hath prepared such things for the righteous, and hath created them, and promised to give to them. Chapter 26. And I went from thence to the middle of the earth, and I saw a blessed place, in which there were two trees, with branches abiding and blooming, of a dismembered tree. And there I saw a holy mountain, and underneath the mountain to the east there was a stream, and it flowed towards the south. And I saw towards the east another mountain higher than this, and between them a deep and narrow ravine. In it also ran a stream underneath the mountain, and to the west thereof there was another mountain lower than the former, and of small elevation, and a ravine deep and dry between them. And another deep and dry ravine was at the extremities of the three mountains. And of all the ravines were deep and narrow, being formed of hard rock, and trees were not planted upon them. And I marveled at the rocks, and I marveled at the ravine. Yes, I marveled very much. Chapter 27. Then said I, for what object is this blessed land, which is entirely filled with trees, and this accursed valley between? Then Uriel, one of the holy angels, who was with me, answered and said, this accursed valley is for those who were accursed forever. Here shall all the accursed be gathered together, who utter with their lips against the Lord unseeming words, of his glory speak hard things. Here shall they be gathered together, and here shall be their place of judgment. In the last days there shall be upon them the spectacle of righteous judgment, in the presence of the righteous forever. Here shall the merciful bless the Lord of glory, the eternal King. In the days of judgment over the former they shall bless him for the mercy in accordance with which he has assigned them their lot. Then I blessed the Lord of glory, and set forth his glory, and lauded him gloriously. Chapter 28. And thence I went toward the east, into the midst of the mountain range of the desert, and I saw a wilderness, and it was solitary, full of trees and plants, and water gushed forth from above. rushing like a copious water course, which flowed toward the northwest. It caused clouds and dew to ascend on every side. Chapter 29. And thence I went to another place in the desert, and approached to the east of this mountain range. And there I saw aromatic trees exhaling the fragrance of frankincense and myrrh, and the trees also were similar to the almond tree. Chapter 30. And beyond these I went afar to the east, and I saw another place, a valley full of water, and therein there was a tree, the color of fragrant trees, such as the mastic, and on the sides of those valleys I saw fragrant cinnamon, and beyond these I proceeded to the east. Chapter 31. And I saw other mountains, and amongst them were groves of trees, and there flowed forth from them nectar, which is named Sarara and Galbanum. And beyond these mountains I saw another mountain to the east of the ends of the earth, whereon were aloe trees, and all the trees were full of stacked, being like almond trees, and when one burnt it, the smelt sweeter than any fragrant odor. Chapter 32. And after these fragrant odors, as I looked toward the north, over the mountains, I saw 7 mountains full of choice nard, and fragrant trees, and cinnamon and pepper, and thence I went over the summits of all these mountains far towards the east of the earth, and passed above the Erythraean Sea, and went far from it, and passed over the angel Zotel, and came to the garden of righteousness. And from afar off trees more numerous than I, these trees, and great 2 trees there, very great, beautiful, and glorious, and magnificent, and the tree of knowledge, whose holy fruit they eat, and know great wisdom. That tree is in height like the fir, and its leaves are like those of the carob tree, and its fruit is like the clusters of the vines, very beautiful, and the fragrance of the tree penetrates afar. Then I said, how beautiful is the tree, and how attractive is its look. Then Raphael, the holy angel, who was with me, answered me and said, this is the tree of wisdom, of which thy father old in years, and thy aged mother, who were before thee, have eaten, and they learnt wisdom, and their eyes were opened, and they knew that they were naked, and they were driven out of the garden. Chapter 33. And from thence I went to the ends of the earth, and saw there great beasts, and each differed from the other. And I saw birds also, differing in appearance and beauty, and voice, the one differing from the other. And to the east of those beasts I saw the ends of the earth, whereon the heaven rests, and the portals of the heaven open. And I saw how the stars of heaven come forth. And I counted the portals of which they proceed, and wrote down all their outlets, and each individual star by itself, according to their names and numbers, their courses and their positions, and their times and their mounts, as Uriel, the holy angel who was with me, showed me. He showed all things to me, and wrote them down for me. Also, their names he wrote for me, and their laws and their companies. Chapter 34. And from thence I went toward the north, to the ends of the earth, and there I saw a great and glorious device at the ends of the whole earth. And here I saw 3 portals of heaven open in the heaven. Through each of them proceed north wind. When they blow, there is cold, hail, frost, snow, dew, and rain. And out of one portal they blow for good. But then they blow through the other 2 portals. It is with violence and affliction on the earth, and they blow with violence. Chapter 35. And from thence I went towards the west, to the ends of the earth, and saw there 3 portals of the heaven open, such as I had seen in the east, the same number of portals, and the same number of outlets. Chapter 36. And from thence I went to the south, to the ends of the earth, and saw there were 3 open portals of the heaven, and thence there came dew, rain, and wind. And from thence I went to the east, to the ends of heaven, and saw here the 3 eastern portals of heaven open, and small portals above them. Through each of these small portals pass the stars of the heavens, and run their course to the west on the path which is shown to them. And as often as I saw, I blessed always the Lord of glory, and I continued to bless the Lord of glory, who was wrought great and glorious wonders, to show the greatness of his work to the angels and to the spirits and to men, that they might praise his work and all his creation, that they might see the work of his might, and praise the great work of his hand, and bless him forever. And that, my dear friends, is the end of this portion. Tune in next video, and we're going to be talking about the parables in the book of Enoch. This has been Ruby, signing off.